Yeah, what's poppin', gang? We back. What's good, bro? I'm out here, bro. I'm out here, bro. Hey, we try to go ahead and get this retwisted today and tomorrow. We out here. I don't care though. I don't even care no more, bro. I told y'all the last video. I don't care no more. Alex, what up? Who's here, man? Who's here? We in that phase right now, bro. Let me know when y'all pull up. Make sure you guys hit the like button. If you guys haven't done it already, I appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. It's definitely a little slow out here. Dime, what up? He said, sheesh. Hey, yo, he said, sheesh. Hey, I love it. Shout out my boy, Manchild in the building, DC, Noah, Isaac, G-Fish, Mel. Working on that verse too. Glowy, what up? Monroe, what up? Hit that like button on the way in, man. All right, so today we got a couple of good videos. To get into. DJ Boo, what up? Let me know if this is your first live. I'm seeing some new names. In here. I ain't seen in a little bit. But we got a couple of good videos today, man. We definitely gonna talk about this. I actually have to still react to the full version of the JT song. Yeah, bro, it might, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of good too. I actually have to still react to that JT, the full version of the JT disc, because I didn't know it was the short version of the disc until everybody in the comments was like, bro, you reacting to the wrong one. This ain't the right disc. You got to get to the right disc. Yesterday was Sunday, so I don't really ever record on Sundays. That's just the full day for the family. But today I'll go ahead and do that. I'll probably put that out today. We got a couple of good videos, man. We got a video from the homie Jeremy Heck that I wanted to get into. This is something I feel like we kind of got into before. Not too deep. I know Jeremy Heck does a really good job of giving some background and story on things, so I definitely want to go ahead and get into this. Why Kendrick Lamar really made Control. I definitely want to get into that. First live, what up, Light 400? ATL in the building. My name new. It's been 3 to 4 weeks. Will you react to Argentinian GNX tour clips? It's crazy. We might do that today. Depending on how long this video is, we might do that today. I haven't reacted to any of the clips overseas in a minute, so we might do that today. Positive vibes, what up? And then of course we got this Joe Budden podcast video we want to get into, reacting to JT. They reacted to JT's diss track, so I kind of want to get their thoughts on that. And then I don't know why I'm so excited for this video. I don't know why I'm so excited for this video, and I think y'all are gonna be excited too. Nikki Cola, what up? Every rap conspiracy, well, it says theory, but I'm calling them conspiracy theories that might actually be true. Now look, hey, who is that? Shout out Terry Ann in the building for becoming a Cool Access member. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you. You know I do. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now listen, I pride myself on knowing a lot of things, and then also I'm always good to say, bro, I don't know nothing about that. Now I know we got a pretty good mixture of women and men and age groups in here. So some of y'all gonna know some of these that I don't even know. So, and I can't wait to get your guys' thoughts on this video, man. It's a longer video too, so if you're at work or you're driving or whatever, you can definitely put the phone down and tap in. I cannot wait to get into this video. And I will actually, I don't know, should we react to the JT diss here live, or should I just record it and send it out? Let me know what y'all want me to do. The long one is still trash. Can be, look. And listen, bro, to the Nicki fans, no, not to the Nicki fans. To the Cardi B fans, y'all know we show Cardi so much love over here. I think I made the mistake in the video that I recorded looking at the Twitter messages where I read them out of order. I got flamed. I'm like, bro, it was just an honest mistake. I was just kind of recording a video, man. I didn't really think about it like that. So my bad, but y'all gotta relax. All right, where we going first? Please react to it live. She said some crazy stuff. Okay, we might just go ahead and react to it live so we can go ahead and, and make sure y'all can hear it too, if you haven't heard it already. All right, we're going to go to Jeremy Heck first. So shout out to my dog, Jeremy Heck. Make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe to his channel. I think he just hit 20K yesterday, and bro is damn near, on his way to 20.5. Shout out to Jeremy Heck. He was on the No Cypher, on No Cypher too. No Music Cypher. I think that's what it's called, right? Yeah, No Music Cypher. He was on No Music Cypher for one. If you guys haven't checked that out, make sure y'all check that out too. I already listened to it. That's why I didn't react to it. So Dime, I thought about it later, like, damn, I should have reacted to it live, but I listened to it already. So make sure y'all go ahead and check that out as well. Make sure y'all check that out as well. But let's go ahead and get into this, man. This is why Kendrick Lamar made Control. So I gotta hear this. Let's tap into it.
Kendrick, I know you were told we were about to shoot Rap Fix today.
Right.
And sit down and do an interview.
Right.
But that's not necessarily the whole truth. The whole truth is that the MTV Brain Trust got together, as we do every single year, and discuss who was the hottest.
Kendrick looking like, what's y'all about to tell me, bro? Kendrick looking like, wait. What y'all about to say to me, bro? We ain't working? You mean to tell me we ain't getting to work today? Is that what you trying to say? We ain't getting to work? What's going on?
MCs in the game.
Yeah,
man. And we went through about 15 of them, narrowed it down to 10. The 10 became 5, the 5 became 2. And you, Kendrick Lamar, are the hottest MC in the game, according to the MTV Brain Trust. Congratulations, man.
Kendrick was like, "Oh, you telling me some shit I already know, bro? But good looks, Sway, good looks." He already knew this. They wasn't telling him nothing that he didn't already know when this happened. He already knew this. Double tap that screen. Yes, T the Great, I appreciate you. This is why Drake and J. Cole started dissing Kendrick. Hey, look, man, I can't wait to see what the theory is behind this, bro. I think my heat is on. We got heat on. It's like 80 degrees outside. Ain't no way we doing this. Hold up. Nah, real talk. Y'all gotta tell me who the one in the house that be turning the heat on. Cause for me, it's always wifey. Wifey be like, I'm cold. I be like, babe, it's like 77 degrees in here. What we talking about? She like, I'm cold. Y'all gotta let me know who be turning the heat on in y'all house. What up, Dulcinea?
It's March 7th, 2013. Kendrick Lamar was just named the hottest MC
Danny, what up?
on MTV's annual list. MTV had been dropping their annual hottest MC list where they rank rappers based on their influence, impact, lyricism, etc. through a roundtable processing, including people like Sway and Rob Markman. Each list was based on the previous calendar year, similar to the Grammys, so in this case, it was really 2012's hottest MC.
You know what, though, bro? And listen, I've been saying this for a while, bro. That is, it's the wifey in every household. I've been saying this for a while. And again, I don't know if I'm the person to do it, but I think somehow, some way, there needs to be a YouTube Reactors MTV, a YouTube Reactors hottest MCs list. There's no way. It's too many of us that talk to each other that are cool. I know everybody don't get along with each other, and I completely understand that. That is totally fine. But for anybody who's willing to be involved, there's no way we shouldn't have a yearly YouTube hottest MCs list where we can vote on it or whatever, however we want to do it. I'm sure there's a way that we could do this to make sure, hottest MCs, most underrated, you know what I'm saying, most lyrical, I think what it would do, it would actually kind of get some of these maybe larger artists, if some of these larger artists to kind of maybe pay attention to what we do over here, if they found value in it and maybe seen that it was something that circulates, right? So I definitely believe that. Sending love from Africa. What up, Michaela? Y'all don't have to get along. That's the point of the unbiased. Right, bro. We don't got to get along. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoever wants to be involved, I think we should do it. Yeah, we need the most underrated, the most lyrical for sure. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
This included K-Dot at number 1 and Drake at number 5. Just a year prior, Drake was number 2 on that list, and Kendrick was nowhere to be found. Drake was number 4 in 2010 and 3 in 2009, so this marked the lowest he was placed on this list.
Eminem, Jay-Z. So what year is this? Damn, I'm tweaking.
Drake was number 2 on that list, and Kendrick was nowhere to be found. Drake was number 4 in 2010 and
Okay,
3 in
2010.
2009. So this marked the lowest he was placed on this list since
Damn, Waka was on the
his
list.
entry into the game. And J. Cole was notably nowhere to be found, but we'll get back to J. Cole in a couple minutes.
Let's get this young
do
man,
J.
and he
Cole,
is a
bro.
phenomenon.
Don't
He's
do J. Cole,
refreshing, and he's good for hip hop. Drake, there you have it.
My name is Jeremy Hecht. If you guys are unaware, this is a channel where we love to discuss hip hop, and specifically, I'm interested in analyzing the relationship between some of the biggest stars in the game, specifically, in this case, the big three. You also might know me from my weekly show, The Bigger Picture, with Elliot and DJ Head. Before this entire battle started, I was dropping TikTok videos analyzing the subliminal shots between Kendrick and Drake, and I put it all up on YouTube as one total video. That was around 30 minutes, and it has about 400,000 views on YouTube. But somebody left a comment, and they said I should go back and look at a very specific time period between the MTV Hottest MCs list and the Control verse. And I did just that, and there's a lot there.
Wow.
So let's get into it. But back to 2013. Later that night, seemingly in the middle of the night, on March 7th, Drake released a SoundCloud Lucy that many consider to be some of his best rapping ever. The song was titled 5 a.m. in Toronto. On the surface, the song appears to include topics of your average Drake timestamp record, where he talks about his
YouTube Hip Hop Awards? The end of the year is approaching. YouTube Hip Hop Awards? I kind of like that. Charlie, what up? YouTube Hip Hop Awards? I like that. Y'all got, hey, look. Put together a list even if y'all don't want to see me in it, man. Put together a list even if y'all don't want to see me in it. I'm going to hit some people up, bro. I'm going to hit some people up. I'm going to start trying to make some motion happen. Because we already got Culture United. You know what I'm saying? We still got some people who still converse from some of the other groups that we had. I think that could be dope.
spot in the game and reflects on how far he's come. But with the context of that MTV list in mind, this song sounds a little different. And there are many specific lines that stood out to me. The song starts with Drake saying, "You underestimated greatly," and then goes on to talk about his statistics. This could be a direct response to the makers of that list. But then Drake says, "Give these dudes the look, the verse, and even the hook. That's why every song sounds like Drake featuring Drake." On the MTV list, this could be a clear reference to actually a few people. In terms of the look, Drake gave Kendrick a huge look on Take Care by giving him his own interlude, as well as taking him on tour and giving him a feature for his major label debut, Good Kid, Mad City.
In which this is something that Drake still believes that Kendrick is indebted to him for. And the thing about it is, I won't ever say you should not. It's not even really biting the hand that feeds you, because he gave him a look, and that's understood. But that doesn't completely absolve you from never being able to be criticized, bro. Like, it's crazy to think like you give somebody a look and now I'm forever above you. No, thank you for the look, but there's plenty times where we see the person overtake or pass over the person that maybe was once thought to be above, right? You know what I'm saying?
But 2 Chainz, who was number 2 on that list, also benefited greatly from Drake providing him with the hook and a verse for one of his first big solo songs, No Lie. Rick Ross at number 3 also had Drake giving him a hook on Diced Pineapples, a verse on Stay Schemin', along with a hook and a verse on Aston Martin Music. They also appeared alongside each other on some of Ross's biggest moments at that point, including Pop That, Stay Schemin', as well as having him on Lord Knows off of Take Care. Not to mention...
And this is one of the main reasons why Drake has the inflated view that he currently has. This is one of the main reasons why Drake has the inflated view, because he did... This is true, right? The verses, the hooks, the number 1 records and stuff like that. So it's not like it's not true. So at some point you kind of look at it and you go, I've heard people say he's had a valid reason for feeling how he feels. I think it's just the approach in which you take to talk about it.
appearing together on I'm
Shout out
On.
Shay
Drake
MC.
also gave A$AP Rocky a feature alongside Kendrick and 2 Chainz on Effin' Problems, which dropped end of 2012. Drake had given Meek Mill a feature for Amen in 2012 as well, and he eventually, of course, gave Big Sean a verse and a hook on Blessings, but that would drop later down the road. Not to mention that Drake has written for Kanye before, so I wouldn't be shocked if he had written some hooks and verses for Kanye in that 2012 time span or in the years prior. Maybe something that we're unaware of. All that to say, it feels like Drake really felt slighted by this list. But on 5 a.m., Drake's
because what you do in the dark wasn't necessarily in the light at that point, right? Like, and even then, I don't think he was ghostwriting. I definitely think that he was probably, you know, for the verses, or if he wrote verses for anybody, but the hooks and all that stuff, like, we know that. But, you know, you're a feature at that point, right? Like, you're not the main attraction. So I don't know. I kind of understand it, but then I don't.
In that 2012 time span or in the years prior. Maybe something that we're unaware of. All that to say, it feels like Drake really felt slighted by this list. But on 5 a.m., Drake's feelings are really made clear when he says this. F them this year, I made Forbes list. F your list, everything's looking gorgeous.
Yeah,
he closes that verse off by saying, I'm on my King James. I'm trying to win here again, meaning he's aiming for that top spot once again. So that was an initial response. Kendrick's response was actually very similar to the sentiment on Control and was all about competition. Here's what Kendrick had to say when asked about the list and the response from people like Kanye who felt slighted with their position on the list.
It's very important for hip-hop. I love it. I love that they have debates like that. We need that, you know? It's competitive. A lot of people forget out here, you know, even though we're doing these collaborations and stuff like that, you know, and...
Even though we're doing these collabs, it's competitive. Has to be competitive. It's the essence of hip-hop. It's the essence. It has to be competitive. So it's like losing sight of the goal because you think you made friends. Losing sight of what we really out here doing because you think you really made friends. No, we cool. But when it comes down to me or you, it's always me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't discredit Drake for feeling away for being the person that gave you the hooks, the verses and all that, and you took that and ran with it. I wonder what would have been a better way to handle it. Because he was kind of all over all of those records, but it doesn't mean that you were actually the most talented artist there. Because a lot of times he wasn't even writing all of that stuff.
We cool. At the same time, this is still rap. This is still competitive. And I'm trying to compete with everybody,
Facts.
you know, to be the best. And that's how I feel, you know, everybody else should think about it, you know. So when people feel like they need to make their comments, I feel that's needed. You know, you're supposed to feel like you're the best. Because if you don't, you're going to get stepped on.
Facts.
There's a jungle out there. You feel me? Yep.
Hear what Kanye had to say about the list?
I heard about it. Yeah. Yep.
Passionate, of course.
Exactly. As he should be. As he should be. Be passionate.
Then on June 22nd, 2013, Drake and
What did Ye say about the list?
J. Cole dropped Jodeci Freestyle, and there's also some references to this very same list on that song. And this time, things felt like they could have been a little bit more direct towards Kendrick. Again, let me know in the comments if some of these felt like Kendrick jabs, or if you think they were just general at the field type bars. I should run a clinic for dudes that think that they winning on some Coach 50 M's for a 3-month road trip. Now, this feels like it could be alluding to Drake talking about taking both Kendrick and A$AP Rocky on tour, which if you add it up, it was 67 shows that lasted about 4 months. So that does fit that bar. And of course, Kendrick talks about that infamous conversation where Drake was giving him inside information about the industry and the game because Drake was the first to really make it on that level of success out of the big three.
I definitely think that was aimed at Kendrick. And I'm a Cole fan. Y'all know this already. I definitely think that was aimed at him. And I think back then, there was a little bit more of a competitive nature where it wasn't super personal, but it was still going to take jabs where jabs were to be taken. So I definitely think that was at him. And it makes total sense why Control then comes out and says, I'm aiming at all of y'all. Stop thinking we friends, bro. Stop thinking we cool. I'm shooting at everybody. What the comments saying? I heard he didn't write the best I've had. Kia Shine. I always felt his features are good, but he was leeching on the culture he didn't want to compete, bro. They really should see themselves as colleagues more than friends. Facts. I never once thought he had classics. You got to Google to see what songs are on the album if you got to go and do that. Well, that's true. And that's also a part of that when your 30 song album do a measly 100,000, like not really 100,000, but when you flood it with so much material, a lot of the good things get lost and you have to research and find out what's on that album. I couldn't tell you. What up, JoJo? Doesn't need to be a winner. It could be a category and the creators give their nomination and they discuss their choice and choose a winner, or not, it could be at the end of your recap for the category. I like that. Kendrick competes, that's what he loves. Is just now in the industry, they won't let that happen. No, I think the thing is, I don't think the industry won't let it happen. I don't think anybody wants to compete. I think the nature of hip hop is braggadocious. The nature of hip hop is braggadocious. The nature of hip hop is I am better. The nature of hip hop is more money, more cars. I won't say the nature. I'll say that's a part of hip hop that I think a lot of artists have boosted to the top and almost forgotten about how important lyrics are. So I don't think that the industry won't let it happen. I think everyone is scared to look human. Everybody's scared to look human. There's only a few artists who don't care about glitz, glam, internet. It's only a few. Everybody else is wanting to look bigger than they actually are. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Right. Jid don't care about none of that. Jid is a rapper. He don't care about, I got more money than you, I sold more records. He like, bro, let's get on here and rap.
He then says on verse 2, "Oh, stop, please stop arguing about who's the best MC. I think everyone would agree they know that you're not." And while this may have been more of a general sub, there was really only one person that it could have been directed towards when they're talking. General would agree they know that you're not.
Oh, stop, please arguing about who the best MC. I think everyone would agree they know you're not. I know I'm a sure shot. Middle finger poking you in your sore spot. Huh. I love when they argue the greatest MC. Is it Cole? Is it Kendrick or Aubrey or me or something like that? So I feel like he's kind of always mentioned them in this space too. So I definitely again think this is aimed at
and while this may have been more of a general sub, there was really only one person that it could have been directed towards when they're talking about they know that you're not the best MC, because there was only one person at the number one spot on that list. So even if it was kind of an at the field type bar, I think Kendrick was somewhere taking notes and just writing.
You got it, like Cole, like you gotta look at that list and see that nobody, where we at? 647? He wouldn't be talking about Nas. He wouldn't be talking about Nas. He could be talking about Drake. He could be talking about Sean, and he ain't talking about nobody else. This would be it. Kendrick, Drake, and Sean. Ain't nobody else on this list I would think would even be worthy of a mention. Where was I at, bro? Damn. I think I was right here. Damn, where was I at? Yo, where was I at? DeMario, what up? Oh no, this is back. My bad, gang. I'm trying to find out where I was
in the game, because Drake was the first to really make it on that
647,
level of success
you.
out of the big three. He then were taking notes and just writing things in his notebook. "I'm just as unforgiving as most. You bit the hand, now starve. It's not a joke. I'll hang you with it after I teach you the ropes." Now, again, to me, this feels like it could be an ASAP shot or a Kendrick shot, because he seemed to have taken them under his wing, especially on that tour, and probably told them a lot of things about the industry, might have given them lessons about what he's learned when it comes to the music business side of things before they dropped their major label debuts. And again, alluding to what he had done for Kendrick prior with the features.
Yeah, when he's talking about showing them the ropes, how long had Drake been out at that time? What year was that, 2010? Glasses Malone confirmed a lot of this too. Cole and Drake made it look like they were ready to compete with all of them. Did he make a bar about lynching? Nah, he said, I'll show you the ropes, hang you with give him a rope and then hang him with it. But I definitely think that I would like to see, I can't remember what year this was. I think this was 2010. Is this 2010, 2011? How long had Drake been out at that point? Because him talking about showing them the ropes and all of that, like, I get it. I mean, he would have been a little bit further in his career at that time than they were, because they, like you said, they hadn't put out their label debuts yet. So I can understand it.
And the tour. Now, Cole and Drizzy were clearly talking about this list, at least in their own conversations, because it comes up once again in Cole's verse. Cole says, F your list, you lame and doubters. I'm undoubtedly the hottest, and that's just me being modest. Go check the numbers, dummy. That's just me getting started. And then Cole delivers one of his worst bars ever that actually required an apology.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. That bar pisses me off, bro. I'm not even going to say it. But y'all see that he does say artistic at this point.
Worst bars ever that actually required an apology, which is now bleeped out in the version on streaming.
Yes.
Which, speaking of streaming, Cole also had a Spotify reference in this verse, and this is 2013, so he was definitely ahead in terms of technology, which he clearly shows that he still is if you looked at what he did with Even and his podcast, or his, talk with Eve, where they're talking about and reflecting on the career. Cole's a smart guy. But also,
they reached out to me at the time of reacting to that whole podcast series he did like last year. That team literally reached out to me via email and was like, bro, you gotta delete that. I was like, what? They're like, nah, man, you gotta delete that. I'm like, man, all right, bro.
That showed at that time to me, I think Cole could have gotten away with that line if he wasn't on a song with Drake, but it shows the difference in terms of where both of them were at and how Drake was still the leader in terms of mainstream success,
facts.
or at least outside of just the hip hop world. In terms of Cole's response to this list in real time, here's what he jokingly had to say to DJ Drama. And whether or not you believe him about not caring, he clearly did feel something because he put it in the bars in Jodeci Freestyle.
Cole's not on the hottest MCs
Who
list.
the fuck makes the decision?
How you feel about that, man? Because that's the first
Somebody's
time
gonna fucking die.
they left you off the list.
This is some bullshit. DJ Drama.
J. Cole is here.
Somebody's gonna die.
He's got his Dreamville shirt on. And what you think, man? Like, as a lyricist, as an MC, as somebody who's quite relevant in 2013 and as of 2012. And
Well, you goddamn right.
why did they leave you off the list, Cole?
I don't know, bro. I don't really give a fuck.
And when you hear Kendrick talk
Hey,
in
bro,
that
look.
interview,
Hey, y'all gonna have to stop acting like y'all don't care about nothing. And this is from a Cole fan. Obviously that was years ago. And I think people are probably a little bit more open with sharing their true feelings about things. And I'm really glad, I'm hoping that period of time is coming to an end where people can just act like they don't care about nothing. I don't care, it don't bother me. I don't know. Wayne is the king of that shit. What? What? They was talking about who? I didn't know. That playing dumb shit. Bro, if you care, say it. Because it's reflected in your music. Bro been talking about it in his music. Cole been talking about it through the music and then get on the interview and say, I didn't care. Don't make sense to me. Black Friday, Kendrick beat himself. Hey, listen, bro. I think Black Friday, I will say, I think the beat choice in favor of Kendrick had a better beat. I'm going to just say that.
Earlier, it's clear that he has a competitive spirit brewing and he's ready to claim that top spot. He didn't shy away from it for 1 minute. So he may have even been thinking about it beforehand, even before this list, but I think hearing those lines from Drake and Cole gave him a little extra motivation to want to take the competitive spirit to the next level and stamp himself as the best amongst his peer group lyrically. And then on August 14th, Kendrick Lamar alongside Jay Electronica and Big Sean dropped the infamous Control verse, which I still think is the most impactful verse in hip hop history.
That verse, I don't even remember Jay Electronica. Like, and the thing about it is, Big Sean actually had a decent verse. And we've reacted to it on this channel before. Big Sean had a decent verse, but it's like Jay Electronica, like, we don't even, honestly, I stopped listening. You can write my name in the books. It's like I rock with Jay Electronica, but after Kendrick did that, it was like, nah, I'm good, bro. That's all I needed. That's all I needed. They never wanted to compete with Kenny.
I will stand on that because of what it led to a decade later. But we can discuss that in another video because we all know what happened next. Drake was on Crown with Elliott Wilson, and he said, does anybody know how the Control verse started? You know, if it wasn't all love, why'd you dap me up at the award show the other day? And then Kendrick responds with the BET cypher, high five, jokes
High five, I'm bulletproof.
on you, ha ha, I'm bulletproof. And then we got subs for the next 10 years, ultimately leading.
Tuck the sensitive rap in his pajama clothes. That boy went, that is one of the greatest BET ciphers, bro. I can listen to that shit anytime.
Of all time. But let me know what you want me to cover next in a video. And also let me know what you think of this theory. Did that hottest MCs list spark Control in one way or another? And do you think those were real shots at Kendrick on Jodeci freestyle or on 5 a.m. in Toronto, or these were just general Drake?
Yeah, I mean, I would say, I wouldn't say the list did it. I would say the response that he got to being named number one on the list did it, if that makes sense. In the same way where it was like, I think I got the Super Bowl and only Nas congratulated me. Don't nobody else congratulate me when I win. Right? Like, I'm just chopped liver over here. I'm nobody. Right? So I feel like I don't think the list itself sparked the Control verse. Well, I guess you could say it did spark the Control verse because the list made those guys say what they said on records that then warranted the response from Kendrick. You all right, my boy. You all right, Jeremy Hay. Let me know how y'all feel about that, man. Let me know how y'all feel about that. I thought this video would be pretty interesting, so I'm excited to see that. I used to think that J-Rock and Jay Electronica was the same person for quite a while. Let's watch the hell, bro. The BET cypher is nuts. Them BET ciphers were a moment in time, man. They were absolutely nuts. But I think this is a great video. Let me hit the like button on this one, man. Shout out to my dog, Jeremy Hay. Let me know. Make sure y'all go over to his channel, hit the like button on his video as well. Have you truly listened to what Kendrick says and Buried Alive, though? Like, imagine how Drake is spiraling. What can be his last option? Listen, here's the thing, bro. We come into the end of 2025, and I don't think we're going to go out quiet. I just can't see that we're going to end 2025 quietly. 2024 was a crazy year. 2025 has had its moments. J2, what up? But it hasn't been as much fireworks as 2024. And I think 2026 might actually kick up a little bit more dust because I'm expecting the fall off to drop in 2026. I don't know what the hell Drake is going to drop. I know there's going to be tons of subs on that, but I'm pretty sure we also going to get more Kendrick music. And then again, we're going to be right back at it again. Right back at it again. Yeah, right. Nicki's dropping in March, which I think is fine if that's your drop date. But I think with I guess riding the wave is the best way to put it. Niggas is talking about you right now, bro. Like, put something out now in response. Speaking of that, let's go ahead and get into this, right? Because that energy kind of leads into this next topic where Joe Budden podcast reacts to JT's diss track towards Cardi B. So I want to get into that. A great way to wrap up my birthday weekend, checking you out on a Monday. Happy birthday, gang! Happy birthday. Karen, what up? I see you. Happy birthday, man. Hopefully you had a good weekend, fam. Heard Cardi moving units. Like, for real, if you have the talent, use it right now. Right, use it. Use it, bro. Like, don't wait until March. Bro, we gonna be them forgot about what she said. We're gonna have to go back, 6, 7, 8 months to figure out what she said to you to make you even want to respond in the first place. That's what you gotta ride it. You gotta go with it right now. All right, let's go ahead and get into this video, man. And then we might actually just react to the freaking where is it at? So they also wait. Mona becomes frustrated with Ice on the Joe Budden podcast for avoiding discussing the JT diss track, where she references the allegations involving Stephon Diggs. What? He didn't want to talk about it? Why he didn't want to talk about it, chat? Hold on, I gotta see this. This is a short clip. This is a short clip. I gotta see this, and then we're gonna get into that video. All right, there it is, right here. Hold up. I'm playing it over here, so it's not playing over there. Let me pause that. All right. Because YouTube be bugging.
Had a whole story about it, but the guy, I don't want to say his name. He's a athlete himself, and he alleges that he was trying to fuck him. He got a whole story about it, and the story don't even sound like bullshit. I'm not saying I believe it or anything, but
well, can you say allegedly?
Allegedly.
You don't know. This is, all right. Well, say it again for me.
Allegedly. So when the guy's telling a story about the athlete JT,
how y'all feeling about Mona on the Joe Budden podcast? I haven't had too much time with it. I feel like sometimes she sound loopy. Is that like her normal way to? Is that like her normal thing? Like she sound a little like she could be sleepy, or I don't know. I guess I should ask, do y'all miss Melissa?
shares that post, so she put in a diss to go together, like she was, getting them ready for it.
Listen, please. This is another one of those Spider-Man memes.
It is, but it ain't though.
Yeah. That's my. Go ahead, Freeze.
Ain't nobody make no accusation on dude, did they? I'm just saying.
Oh, who dude? Her dude?
Yeah.
I mean, what's it called? Said.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Yeah, she did say something about him. She said you got to borrow your nigga purse and all.
No, I'm talking about to the level of the accusation that is made about him.
Why are we talking? Why are we doing that?
I'm just.
Because that's what happens up here.
Oh.
Because that's what happens up here.
The talk, that is.
I'm talking about. There is a person that has a story that said this man did X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
I don't know if there is a person that has a story that said her dude did X, Y, Z. If it exists, I didn't know. I'm just saying. So yeah, she can say that. Oh, you saying yeah, it does exist?
No. I'm not saying anything. I don't know anything about that.
That's all. Like yeah, one is just your dude look a little, might be a little, and then one we got a person coming out saying, hey, he did that.
Are we done with her first diss track?
Is there more? I don't know.
There's nothing more that I need to talk about here.
I didn't hear the other one. I can't find it. Oh, I got it.
Well, before you get to the new one, so your final thoughts on JT's diss number one.
Not bad.
Not bad. It's better.
1 out of 10. Give me 1 out of 10.
Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, six.
About
6.5.
7.
7. I didn't say 7.
Cool.
I say 7.
When you first hear it was a 3. So 7.
I had it at a 5 the first time.
She worked.
Her face looked like, what are we doing, yo? We gonna talk about this or what? I don't watch love Mona. She's getting the hang of it. She's a natural though. He's going to let her ruin that show. I like Mona. She's funny and seems to stay on everyone's ass about their slick jokes about each other. They curious themselves. That's why he's interested. I don't watch Joe Budden, but what I've heard, I don't see how you can miss Melissa. She never really said anything. I like Mona. She's straightforward and doesn't sugarcoat her opinions. Who is Mona? I think Mona can get down with the guys better than Melissa could, but I think if they fall out with Mona, it'll get messy. Mona do too much. See, yeah, I see a lot of y'all have a lot of different opinions on it. I don't know of her outside of hearing about her on this show. But yeah, I think she's definitely going to be a much more in-depth piece to the show when it comes to talking about music and music-related topics and things like that. I don't think she's going to be as shifty when it comes to talking about things. That's the only thing I can say is I don't think she's going to be as shifty about it. I think she's just going to talk about it or not. All right, where were we at? Here we go.
I got hope that they going.
So Joe Budden podcast reacts to JT's diss track towards Cardi B. So let's get into it.
That Nicki's gonna finally put the pen to the pad, nigga, go in the booth and call names.
In March.
In March.
In March.
Yeah. In March. I don't see it happening. If it does, I think it's gonna be underwhelming.
Really?
I do. I went back to listen to
let me
Nicki.
be clear. I love Nicki as a rapper. To me, she's right in the top. It's like top 2 ever, right? Top 2, top 3 ever. But that don't mean you good at writing diss records. And I haven't seen any what?
Nigga,
I haven't seen anything from Nicki diss record wise that makes me think that she's about to set the world on fire with a diss record. I'm not saying she can't. She's too talented to not always be in the game. But I'm not expecting it based on what I've seen from her when she responded to Remy before. I see good bars. I haven't seen anything.
That's the thing. I said that last part.
So Mark, it sounds like Mark is saying, I'm not looking forward to a Nicki response at all. Really, it's just like he doesn't. I don't think he thinks she has the capability. I don't think she doesn't have the capability to respond effectively. I think the amount of time that she allows to pass in between disses, I think that could greatly affect its impact. Like, you got to think about how even in the most recent diss wars, right, with everybody from New York, everybody from the West Coast, even though a lot of those guys weren't necessarily directly involved with the main characters in a sense, you had responding to those people within hours of each other. Same day, the next day, responses, because we got those like quick attention, we got those short attention spans, and we want instant gratification. I'm falling into that too, because even when it came to Drake and Kendrick, there wasn't a long, like, 6 months in between responses. You might have got a couple of days. What was the longest we went? What's the longest we went between responses? I have to go back and look at those videos again. But we didn't. And then in one diss, it was the same night. From Family Matters to Meet the Grams in the same night. So people looking for you to respond, especially if she says something about you. I don't. What do y'all think the reasoning is for her waiting so long? Like, I get you want us to listen to the album, but drop something crazy that then makes us want to go listen to the album, right? That's Google I say Iceman dropping tonight. It was about 2 days. Finally made it live. Who is that? Shannon K, what up? I appreciate you pulling up. Back to the video.
Too, but the thing about streaming is they've robbed us of great rappers picking a beat that was out already and dissing somebody.
That's true.
And so now your diss song, and that's the thing. I said that last part too, but the thing about streaming is they've robbed us of great rappers picking a beat that was out already and dissing somebody.
That's true.
And so now your diss songwriting has to come into effect, where I don't really care. That's a stat in hip hop I don't care about.
Before you
I want to
grab
hear grab a beat that you know we like.
Yeah.
Hop on it.
But I don't know. I don't really know if I agree with that because of that, right? Like, a lot of times, even in chat, y'all will say the beat is carrying. The beat is carrying. So if I'm vibing to the beat because I like the beat so much that it sways my opinion on how I feel about the song, the bars could be ass, but the beat could be fire. Nah, I don't know if I agree with that. Dime, where you at? You agree with that? Her ghostwriters are overseas on vacation. Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that, because I think if I like the beat, that's cool. Like, I think mixtapes, I'm all for that. Take somebody else's beat and make a better song. But I don't think you have to do that in order to make your diss land. How many original songs did we get between Drake and Kendrick, bro? What? 7? 8 original songs? They ain't use no beats from nobody else. Nigga hit that. Dun 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 dun. Like, come on, bro. Yeah, it's crazy. That's insanity. It's a new day. You say it's a new day. Let's go.
And just smoke somebody and let that be the end of that.
Well, that's what I wanted JT to do. That's what that.
Let's get into JT.
Because I didn't like the diss. I think some of y'all liked it more than me.
Aaron, what up, my
Well,
boy?
we're going to talk about it. I got a JT friend of the show. I'd like to think all these people are friends of the show, but if you talk to them, maybe not. JT, I want to say her people reached out last week like, yo, JT, come up there. Next week is going to be a big week.
You know what? I don't like that. Hey, look, JT want to come up there. It's going to be a big week. Why do JT want to come up here now? Why now? Right? That's how I'm looking at it. Like, why you want to come up here right now? What for? Especially with how rocky Joe and Cardi's relationship is. Inadvertently, I could end up looking like I'm taking sides or I'm biased because I allowed JT to come up here, especially after I just criticized how you wasn't writing on your album, right? Mixtapes are all original music nowadays anyway, right? JT is lackluster. Yeah, so I don't know if I don't know.
And then I was like, I've been around the block too long. I was like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
No, don't try to insert me in some shit. That's how I got caught up with that Tasha K interview.
See, don't try to insert, bro, Joe. I think it's smart. Hey, look, especially if I'm not in that mode where I'm just trying to be petty and I'm gonna take the interview. I think he had foresight.
Yeah. Don't try to put me in some shit now. And sure enough, as God would have it, some shit. So JT put out 2 diss records against Cardi B.
Mm-hmm. I heard one of them was AI though.
Has everyone here heard them?
I only heard one of them.
I only heard one. I didn't know it was 2.
Yeah, it's 2. I didn't hear
the second one come out.
Well, would you like to hear the one you didn't hear first, or you want us to talk about the one you did hear?
Let's talk about the one we did hear.
All right, so let's play the one they did hear.
I think it's this one.
All rise for the National Slam.
Oh yeah,
movie time. All right. Shout out to Academics with the exclusive.
We are now.
Okay, so he missed his opportunity for an exclusive, basically. Because if she had, well, maybe not though. Because if she had came there, maybe she would have premiered it there. I don't know.
I don't give a fuck.
I was too pussy to get that exclusive, man. I'm sorry, buddy. You got it.
Motherfucker hoe and tell her I said it. I opened up my ass right now.
I don't even know if I want to listen.
Tell her
All right, let's talk about it. Talk about it then, JT.
Ugly and pathetic. I'm throwing shots at hoes. Don't stay up to catch it.
They bobbing their heads. I'm muting it because I don't want to have to clip this out for no reason. They actually react to the whole thing.
I mean, not now, but when you heard it, give me your first thoughts when this came on. First 8-10 bars go by.
First thoughts when I heard it was I don't think this is enough. I thought Magnet was very strong. A lot of people talk about who wrote it or whatever, but I thought it was a strong entry. I thought this was, I don't know if it was enough.
You thinking what now?
At first, I thought it was ass. It was trash at first. It picks up, but this first was ass. Even when she's been that bitch 6 birthdays at Disney World, like it gets to picking up right
All
there.
you Philly niggas stutter. Them schools are telling.
No, I like the fuck you.
I wasn't mad. It sounds
like Miami. Her father get it.
It sounds freestyle mixtapey. Like it's kind of lo-fi. You know what I mean? Like that's
Once
fine.
I heard the father.
Get it on the boat.
I got it off the boat home. I was like, okay, I'm listening more than I was.
Mm-hmm. That's where it picked up
my
for
first
me.
listen.
I'm listening more than I was.
Once in there, by the time you got to that part, I'm just like, she gonna have to come harder than this.
That's what I said.
Keep it
going. Yeah, I definitely thought that it needed more. Like, and I think her talking about the Disney World stuff was just her addressing the Brenda's baby bar. Like, yeah, like my dad loves me. This is so mid compared to Magnet. Yeah, man. Like it's, objectively speaking, the beat choice wasn't as good, and I don't think the rapping is as good. I don't think it's for this. Hold on, wait. Like for this level, for her level of rapping, like it's okay, but like I don't know. It still wasn't enough for me personally. It wasn't enough.
Your thoughts during this part?
It picked up.
It's picking up.
This is what put my coffee down. This is what have my attention. I started to laugh.
Yeah,
I laughed.
she mentioned the face. I said, "Oh, okay."
Once you get to plastic surgery reviews,
yeah.
Yo, when you dissing somebody with more money than you, like, again, a lot of this shit comes from the fucking 50 Cent diss handbook, and you just start talking about your opponent's ability to read.
Hey, yo. Cause he did talk about Floyd Mayweather, bro. They played the video of Floyd, bro, and listen. That's not fair, bro. That's not fair. But yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? You know she got more everything than you, basically. So the only thing you really can talk about is the ability to read, which I think it's all good. I think it's all good. It was a tone of voice for me, and I'm from Miami, so I understand her lingo, but the song just wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. Do y'all think it was made to be like a like not a dance song, but like a club song? I've never been to Miami, but I could imagine maybe this would be something that'd be playing in the club.
Yo, I don't care if you can read or not. It's funny.
It is funny.
And the Breakfast Club getting those Floyd drops is some of the funniest shit.
Bruh, the Floyd drops.
That's some of the funniest shit in the world. All right, 10 different faces. I don't know how you look, ho. Lie to me. Lie to me now. Come on. Hey, black podcasters.
Hard bars.
There you go.
Hard bars.
Even if you team Cardi to death.
Hard bars.
Hey, and let me say the line that get me in Parks and Trouble. Hey, who wrote that?
He said, who's
Do we think that JT is writing this stuff?
I think so, JT, right?
Shut the fuck up.
Yo. JT.
I think Cardi has already even alleged that she didn't write this. She's at least alleged that she had help writing this because she was looking for Party to write for her, and she had to go with KT apparently. So I don't know. Again, all alleged.
It's the most lyrical wizardry.
Exactly. It sounds like she wrote this.
It sounds like she might. Not to me, but
not to me.
Yeah. So like, if it was that good, Nicole Skipper, I don't think JT is on Cardi's level. Thank you so much for the $10 donation. Thank you. No, I definitely not. And the thing about it is, where she probably could have, if she couldn't hit you with the bars, the delivery could have been on point. Or if the delivery was ass, the beat should have been great. It was like several layers of just kind of like not necessarily hitting the mark. But again, like, you know what I'm saying? I think it's just, like Isaac said, the lane. It's just the lane.
If a nigga wrote this, I would be pissed if I paid this.
I don't be thinking nobody write none of this shit.
Wait, hold on. What you say, Mona?
If I paid somebody to write this, I would be pissed.
This
sounds like she wrote it to me. This sounds like her. Like, it's not like
that's not a compliment.
She be popping, talking about selling clothes out the trunk and all that. She a booster shit, credit card girl. It sound like her to me.
She definitely told that person her story.
She was the rapper out of them too. That's how I always looked at it. Unless I was.
Chat GPT.
I'm so mad we ain't got a. If there was ever a time we needed a Carisha Please, man, I've been looking for Carisha Please for about a year. How long Pop been gone? That episode will not drop. I hate when y'all do that.
All right, hold on. I got everybody here, chat. Give me your honest opinions. Everybody just saying it was trash. I don't think it was good. I don't think it was good. Okay. Trash, I've heard a lot worse rapping. It was not very good. I'll just leave it at that. It wasn't very good. It wasn't very good at all. Like, especially if you trying to come at somebody who just smoked you, like but if you're giving your all on a track and that's all you got, what else can we ask for, right? What else can we ask for? It just wasn't very good. I'm sorry, JT, it just wasn't very good. This is America. Education is not prioritized. It's being defunded as we speak. JT raps better than Young Miami, but Young Miami is so bad, I think it made people think JT is way better than she is. That's a good look at it. It's like hanging around a bunch of ugly people so you just look great. You know what I'm saying? Like, Like you hang around with people that are clearly like levels below like what you think you just so you get all the attention. Like that's crazy.
So back to everyone.
Not that.
I knew you was.
Come on.
What did she say? The ass
that's
looking
not
crazy, Cardi diaper what?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Stop.
What did she say?
Diaper B.
I don't like that. Though.
Diaper B.
That ass looking crazy, Cardi diaper B. I think anything she said, I don't think she said anything too offensive. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think you might be able to, you could agree with that. Like, anything that she said wasn't like, oh, now it's up for life. Like, anything she said was okay to say, in my opinion.
I don't like that. Cardi has been transparent with how her weight is gaining during her pregnancy. No,
this nigga.
I can tell when y'all don't be watching.
I thought the joke was coming. I thought you said
no. Have y'all seen Cardi pregnant? Her things are accentuated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
more so than, and she's been talking about
her
this stuff.
ass is fatter because she pregnant.
That happens.
That's not really what I'm trying to say. Okay. Even if that is what's happening, that's not what I'm trying to say.
You can just break out into your full-on plastic surgery review bag. Like I know that it's in there somewhere.
Get to it, yeah.
But it's not really that. It's how
is it plastic surgery plus pregnancy?
It's how pregnant weight. Yes, it's how pregnant weight ain't hitting the same for everybody.
Right.
So
okay, what I'm saying.
That's all I'm saying.
But do you feel like that's a bridge too far? You feel like that's
yes, I think that's what I'm trying to say.
And I guess that's what you confuse me sometimes. Like everybody, myself included, I guess, is like I don't know what the lines are. Because that to me seems inbounds.
Yeah. This is inbounds to me.
Yeah, it seems inbounds to me compared to some of the other shit they be saying.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it. If niggas could get pregnant, I wouldn't say that to dude.
Oh, come on, Joe.
Yes, you would.
Come on, Joe. Come on, Joe. Stop it. Do y'all think that line was out of bounds? Do y'all think that line was out of bounds? Let me know.
Get the fuck out of here.
All right, go ahead, play it.
No, I'll say these are women talking about women. The women are talking about women. Like he just talking about what they say.
Lame school dressing asshole, pick the wrong test. Shout out my bitches who never fake the.
Bro, she talked about her plastic. She talked about her plastic surgery. I think that's basically what she was talking about. I don't think she was talking about like. I don't think she was talking about the pregnancy aspect. I could be wrong, but I think she was probably talking more about plastic surgery. If I had to guess.
That shit she break.
Okay.
That was tough.
Okay.
That's tough.
I'm not supposed to be listening to this. Inbounds. I think it was.
Got the.
Hey, let me just let y'all know y'all have stopping rights.
Oh, okay.
Y'all have to stop it too. Don't just make me be the bad guy.
Yo, that only time I seen you with a pen was at the courthouse. That was tough. That was my favorite line of this joint.
That was dope.
That was hard.
Yeah.
I don't like the. All right, fuck it.
Say it.
I don't like the your dude is
Bringing
a
in a
little
nigga.
when your dude also looks a little.
Look, y'all be knowing shit I don't know. Look. She said, okay, but JT has had surgery too. Got a whole ass new face. Fuck out of here. See, look. She said something about shout out to the women that's not fake and phony or something like that. And I don't know, bro. I don't criticize what nobody do in that space. But yeah, so I think from a woman's perspective, y'all can see it a little bit differently too.
It's what we doing.
What?
No, stop it. Freeze. Stop it, Freeze.
Freeze don't give a fuck.
So far from
Freeze don't give a fuck.
I didn't
know that's where he was going.
Freeze reviews the dudes.
I'm not reviewing the dudes. I don't give a fuck about them niggas.
Hey, what about her dude, Freeze?
I didn't want to turn installations against Freeze. No,
hey, I don't like her saying that about Stephon. With ooh.
Yeah, so to me, it sounds like this whole interview is I mean, it's not even an interview, but this whole reaction, I think they were kind of sugarcoating a little bit of it. Like some of the stuff they were sugarcoating. I don't like how they dance around a lot of stuff. Like at that level, I mean, maybe they have a lot of relationships that they have to protect, but we also seen they didn't even really want to discuss the Stephon Diggs bar. which it's a battle, bro. Like, this is a hip hop space. You guys should be able to talk about it. I think it was probably a bit of a flex on Joe's part to say I turned down the interview to get the get the premiere. I think that was probably a little bit more of a flex on his part, but I don't think he needed to do it. But y'all did bring up some really good points saying he inserts himself pause into a lot of crazy stuff all the time. Why not do it that way? I think he says it all the time. Like, I love Cardi. Like, I love you, Cardi. He says it all the time. Maybe he really do just be like poking fun and not really trying to make a for real enemy. Again, I don't know. I'm just kind of speaking what I'm thinking as he's saying this stuff. So maybe he just didn't want to go that far with it and just completely align with the enemy. But y'all let me know what y'all think about it in the comments. She should have kept looks out of it, to be honest. Right? All right. Thank you guys for sticking around for that video, man. I appreciate y'all so much. Make sure y'all hitting that like button too if you guys haven't done it already. Where are we? Almost at 150 likes. I appreciate you so much. Hit that like button for me if you guys haven't done it already. JT mugshots and old pics is a whole different face than what she looked like. I'm not going no further than that. Y'all, look. I'm not going no further than that. I tap out. I tap out. Tap out. Tap out. Tap out. Tap out. Tap out. All right, let's move on, man. We got another dope video, bro. This one is this is a dope video. I'm sure that this is gonna be crazy. I cannot wait to see what somebody do they have a caption? Oh, they do. I don't want to look though. I can't wait to see what theories come up here, and I want to know what y'all think about some of these theories. Like, I really want to know how y'all feel about them. I want to know if y'all think any of these are true, or if you've heard any of these in the past. Y'all gotta let me know. Hit that like button. Let's get into it. Wait, actually, shout out to, who is it? Top Trap Pulse. Shout out to Trap Pulse.
Theory 1. Jay-Z is a Fed. Theory 1. Jay-Z is a Fed. This theory always comes back to one name, Desiree Perez. Today, she's the powerhouse CEO.
I've heard Desiree Perez's name so much more this year than I've ever had. I've never heard of it before. I've never heard of who Desiree Perez was. If you're from New York, you probably heard of this, but I never have.
Of Rock Nation, running Jay's entertainment empire and a sports agency. But her story didn't start in the boardrooms or at Super Bowl halftime shows. It started in the shadows of the federal justice system. Back in 1994, Perez got popped for 35 kilos of cocaine. That's not a small-time bust. That's enough.
35 kilos?
To bury you under the prison system for decades. But instead of disappearing behind bars, Perez flipped the script. According to court transcripts that surfaced years later, the New York Daily News got hold of them back in 2015, she cut a deal with the DEA. She strapped on wires, recorded meetings with high-level traffickers, and helped federal agents crack open drug rings from Puerto Rico to Colombia. For years—
Wait a minute. Is this real? They say she a rat? Oh, dime, do tell. Dime, do tell. Well, it said it right there, bro. She wore wires.
This was insider gossip in
Nicki
the music
made her
world,
famous?
whispered about but never fully confirmed. Then came the bombshell. In January 2021, on his way out of office, Donald Trump pardoned Perez. The official statement admitted it. She had been involved in a narcotics conspiracy, but has since turned her life around and became an advocate for reform. To many, it was confirmation that one of Jay-Z's closest allies was, without question, a documented federal—
So who is she to Jay-Z? To many, it was confirmation that one of Jay-Z's closest allies was, without a question, a documented federal informant. That's wild.
And Jay's former best friend and childhood partner, DeHaven Irby, has been screaming about this for years. He grew up with Jay in the Marcy Projects, ran the streets with him, and claims they were inseparable. But when DeHaven caught his own case, Jay-Z allegedly cut ties, and the timing was right around when he started rolling with Perez. To DeHaven, that wasn't a coincidence.
So you get out of jail, he start rocking with the other side?
It was already rocking. I had to put two and two together later. I win my case and come home.
So that's why Nicki always talking about Desiree Perez. She's the head of Rock Nation. Bro, I'm telling you, you learn something every day, bro. don't be tapped in with the like that, bro. Like I really don't. It be music and that's it. That's crazy.
You don't want to talk to me.
Things got uglier in 2007 when Jay dropped his American Gangster album. On the song, no hook, Jay spits. So F to Haven for caving. That's why we don't speak. Made men ain't supposed to make statements.
So he did some time. DeHaven did some time, and I guess he's using that against him in a way, saying you got out, so you had to have said something, unless he knew he said something because he already working with a federal informant who probably got that kind of info.
To DeHaven, that was a death sentence in their world. Being labeled a snitch in street culture is like being marked for life, and the irony in his eyes was brutal. Jay-Z was running around with Desiree Perez, someone who had actually been a cooperator. Even Dame Dash, Jay's former Rockefeller co-founder, said in interviews he wanted nothing to do with Perez once her informant background came out. He didn't want that kind of energy around his business, but Jay didn't just keep her around, he elevated her. That's one of the core reasons this theory keeps circling back. If you're the biggest rapper alive, why would your right-hand person be someone with those kinds of ties? Unless...
Bro, especially with the type of subject matter you've put out your entire career, drug kingpin you would think he is. Had his hands in all sorts of nefarious things, and your right-hand person is... What?
That connection benefited you. The examples don't stop there. Take the Lance Rivera stabbing in 1999. Jay was accused of stabbing the music exec at a Q-Tip album release party. That kind of charge could have ended his career, but instead of prison, he got 3 years probation.
Wait, hold
For
up.
that kind of charge could have ended his career, but instead of exec at a Q-Tip album release party. That kind of charge could have ended his career, but instead of prison, he got 3 years probation. For decades, everyone assumed he got lucky, but in 2023, Rivera himself admitted Jay didn't even stab him.
Was Jay-Z the one that actually stabbed you?
Did he do it or not? Whatever he say, I don't believe it already, bro. Whatever he say, I don't believe it already, bro. Wait, you hear this pause?
Was Jay-Z the one that actually stabbed you?
No.
What?
Jay-Z was not the guy who actually stabbed me that night.
That matched what Nas had said years earlier on Ether, that Jay had taken the rap for someone else. But theorists flipped it on its head. If he was innocent, why plead guilty? Was there a quiet deal made to keep things moving smoothly? Then there's the contrast with his partners. Biggs Burke, one of Rockefeller's original founders, got hit with a 5-year federal sentence in 2012 for moving marijuana. Meanwhile, Jay kept climbing, clean as ever, on his way to billionaire status. Fans bring up his old Lost 92 Bricks line and wonder, how does a man rap about that kind of weight, move in those circles, and yet dodge all the legal bullets that took down everyone around him?
He literally skated on everything. That had to be an attempt M with the sa 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 sa. Had to be that. Then all your boys went down for moving weight, and you just kept going up. I don't know, bro. Let me know. Is he a fed?
Fast forward to the Diddy investigations in the 2020s, and the whispers only got louder. Civil lawsuits dragged Jay-Z and Beyonce's names into the mess, painting them as potential witnesses to Puff's infamous freak-off parties. Some tabloids even claimed Jay was ready to throw Diddy under the bus to save himself and his family. Whether true or not, it fits the narrative that Jay's survival instinct always comes first, no matter who gets sacrificed.
Oh, look, the wording on that, no matter who gets sacrificed. Oh, that's the ill word.
And then there's the wild stuff, like in 2014 when an inmate named Dupree Jr. filed a $2.4 billion lawsuit claiming Jay-Z and Beyonce were actually FBI agents who snuck into his prison and stole 3,000 of his songs.
3,000 songs, Nick? 3,000 songs? Stop playing with me, bro.
The courts tossed it, called him delusional.
Facts.
But the fact that people could even imagine it, that the idea of Jay being a Fed didn't feel completely absurd, that shows just how deep this perception runs. Theory 2. The Illuminati killed Prodigy.
Now, I've absolutely heard this one before. It said that Prodigy lost his life to choking on an egg. I don't know if I believe that. I'm just being honest with you. Is it the ill group?
On June 20th, 2017, Prodigy in a Las Vegas hospital. The official story from the Clark County Medical Examiner was that it was accidental asphyxiation.
Didn't Jimi Hendrix go out like that too? Don't they do the egg thing? And never mind. Ooh, I don't know. Didn't Jimi Hendrix go out like that too? Apparently, like.
Basically, he choked on an egg while being treated for sickle cell anemia, the disease he had been battling since he was a kid.
According to the Clark County Medical Examiner, Prodigy, one half of Mobb Deep, choked on an egg while at the hospital getting treated for.
So he was in the hospital due to, I think, complications with his sickle cell anemia, but he actually passed due to like eating breakfast.
Flare.
To a lot of people, that explanation sounded almost too ordinary. Fans who had followed Prodigy for decades could have believed that a man who fought through sickle cell could go out like that by choking on breakfast food in a hospital full of doctors. It didn't sit right, and part of the reason it didn't sit right is because Prodigy himself had spent the last 20+ years warning the world about a shadowy enemy he called the Illuminati.
So here's what I'm gonna say. I don't think it's impossible for him to have gone that way. I think it becomes one of those things where it's super unlikely. It's possible, but here's the thing. How many times had he been hospitalized before? Like, I think he had a pretty open look at his battles and his health issues. You know, why would they wait until then to do it? Why not in any of those other times? You feel me?
This wasn't some posthumous theory dreamt up after he passed. Prodigy himself had been the architect of it. Since the mid-90s, he'd been saying their name on wax, making it clear he believed powerful forces were pulling strings behind the scenes. The first big moment came in 1995 when he jumped on LL Cool J's I Shot Ya remix and dropped the line, Illuminati.
Shout out M. Mueller for becoming an Access member. You think you've heard it, but all but an egg. Yeah, right?
I want my mind, soul, and my body.
Thank you
Secret
so much for
Society
your
trying to
support.
keep their eye on me. At first, it sounded cryptic, almost like some clever wordplay, but the deeper Prodigy got into his career, the more he leaned into it. What started as a throwaway rhyme became a lifelong obsession, even a mission. By 2007, while serving time for gun possession, he started writing letters from prison that didn't just talk about the Illuminati in vague terms, he put names to it. He claimed that in 1996, he had a spiritual awakening where everything clicked. Government, religion, politics, even the Federal Reserve. All of it in his eyes was a scam designed to keep people blind. And in one of those letters, he pointed directly at Jay-Z.
Word?
He wrote that Hove knows the truth.
He wrote that Hove knows the truth but chose sides with evil. Word? In order to be accepted in the corporate world. What? And then they ain't gonna give him his casino? Jay-Z knows the truth. Is this actual, like, the paper? Jay-Z knows the truth, but he chose sides with evil in order to be accepted into the corporate world. Jay-Z conceals the truth from the black community and the world and prioritizes the lifestyle of the beast instead. I am revealing some astonishing information if people will just do a little research and see. Prodigy, Dr. York, and Africa Bombada are the truth. Jay-Z is a goddamn lie. Ooh. Two theories that go back to Jay-Z? What the I have so much fire in my heart that I will relentlessly attack Jay-Z. Illuminati, oh, damn, I didn't even want to say it. And every other evil that exists until my lights are put out. Oh no. Which is damn near impossible because my power in the streets is incredible. I fear nothing and no one. I'm fearless because the truth has set me free from the ill group, mental enslavement. And I have been empowered by God and the universe. God damn. Damn, that's some power.
Truth, but chose sides with evil in order to be accepted in the corporate world, accusing him of hiding knowledge from the black community while pushing what Prodigy called the lifestyle of the beast. And Prodigy didn't stop there. He promised that he'd never stop fighting this so-called hidden order. In his words, "I will relentlessly attack Jay-Z, the Illuminati, and any and every other evil that exists until my lights are put out."
Crazy.
Then he added something that now feels chilling. "I fear nothing and no one. I'm fearless because the truth has set me free from the Illuminati mental enslavement."
Crazy.
He later clarified that he didn't literally mean Jay-Z was some card-carrying Illuminati member, but he doubled down on the bigger picture, that there were elite groups manipulating the world, and that hip-hop—
Ah, man, it sounded like they, not that they got to him in a negative way, but they got to him to maybe tell him to chill on what he was saying. Because he specifically said Jay-Z.
was a tool they were using.
I believe that this definitely secret
That's
society.
crazy, Isaac.
You know what I mean? I believe definitely maybe some of these label heads, like major labels and like major corporate companies, might have something to do with it.
As he got older, his warnings only got louder. In interviews, he talked about satanic rituals involving kids.
What?
On Twitter in 2014, he posted about voodoo rids on kids and told his followers to wake up, saying people were too blind to see what was happening. By one of his last interviews, he brushed the whole Illuminati topic off like it wasn't even worth debating anymore. He called it preschool information. And he wasn't just talking. Prodigy was planning something huge, a musical about the Illuminati.
What?
He was working on it with music journalist Kathy Landoli. She later confirmed it, saying it was going to be a semi-autobiographical piece, starting from his prison years and expanding into how Illuminati paranoia became woven into hip-hop.
Like, that's the thing, though. If it seemed like it was something that was so embedded in, like, his life, I feel like I'm one of those people who definitely believe in some of the conspiracies, but I am a firm believer that if you believe everything, then you just believe nothing. But I almost, it sounds like, it's so crazy, it sounds like paranoia. Like, if y'all ever seen that movie, The Number 23?
Itself. Prodigy wasn't content with dropping bars or tweets. He was trying to put the whole thing on a stage for the world to see. That's why, for a lot of people, the way he died felt way too convenient. Sure, sickle cell anemia is no joke. It put him in hospitals often, drained his energy, and made every year a fight. But how does a 42-year-old man, surrounded by doctors and nurses, choke on a boiled egg to the point of death? His family didn't buy it either. They ended up filing a wrongful death lawsuit against the Spring Valley Medical Center in Las Vegas. They said the hospital staff were negligent, that they didn't monitor him properly, that his IV wasn't working, that his oxygen levels weren't being checked, even after doctors had specifically said it needed to be done. The whispers grew even louder when years later, a clip of Kanye West discussing Prodigy's death with Candace Owens
Y'all heard this Kanye West clip? Is it on YouTube?
Seriously got yanked from
What
YouTube.
happened?
Owens herself got slapped with a 1-week suspension after the fact. To believers, that wasn't random. That was proof. The man's death was still too sensitive to be spoken about in public. Of course, skeptics push back. They say it was nothing more than a tragic accident. Sickle cell weakens your body in ways most people don't understand. If he was sedated or if his body was worn down
that's
from
true,
treatment, something as simple as food could become fatal.
Yeah, but like I've never been in the hospital, right? Knock on wood. I never want to be in the hospital. Boiled eggs, is that like a menu option? Like a boiled egg? Seems like a token hazard. I don't know, bro. A boiled... I don't know, bro. It just seems dumb to even offer that as an option. That's crazy.
And the truth is, no criminal investigation was ever launched. No evidence of foul play has ever surfaced. But when you put all the pieces together, the official story feels incomplete. For his fans, it wasn't an accident. It was a prophecy. One Prodigy himself had already written.
Damn.
Theory 3. Suge Knight injected AIDS into Eazy-E.
Hey, look.
March 26,
No.
1995.
Chill, hold up.
Suge Knight
100% believe this one. When there's nothing you could say, I believe this one. I've heard about it. I almost don't even need to, whatever he gonna say about this, I almost don't even, he went on what, was it Jimmy Kimmel? He went on Jimmy Kimmel and said that's what he did. Not that that's what he did, but that's what happened. Yeah, for after birthday, I asked for a boiled egg because scrambled eggs were gross. Oh, really? So, Lee, you know. Yeah, bro. Let's go.
Injected
Eazy-E.
AIDS into Eazy-E. March 26, 1995, the day the hip-hop world lost Eazy-E. He died in Los Angeles at just 30 years old. The official cause of death was pneumonia brought on by complications from AIDS. What made his passing so shocking wasn't just
what day
that he
was
died
that?
brought on by complications. Angeles at just 30 years old.
March 26, 95. Oh, I'm tripping. Okay, I'm tripping.
The official cause of death was pneumonia brought on by complications from AIDS. What made his passing so shocking wasn't just that he died young, but how fast it all happened. On February 24th, he was admitted to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center with what doctors thought was a really bad cough. By the time they ran the test, they discovered it wasn't just a cold, it was HIV/AIDS. And just over a month later, Eazy was gone.
bro.
That quick decline from a man who looked healthy to someone in a hospital bed
I was
fighting
thinking
for his
about
life
Pac.
has fueled one of the darkest, most sinister
No, I was
conspiracies.
thinking about Pac. And I had to check that date. I was thinking about Pac, but you're right. I was definitely thinking about an artist. You said I was thinking about Nip.
Theories in rap history.
Hit that like button
a
for me,
theory
gang.
that says Eazy-E didn't die from natural causes. He was murdered. And the man people point to behind it was none other than Death Row Records' infamous CEO, Suge Knight. The wildest part is that the strongest
1000%
evidence comes
believe.
straight from Suge's own mouth. In 2003, 8 years after Eazy's death, Suge Knight went on Jimmy Kimmel Live and, while sitting back smoking a cigar, described a new method for killing someone. He said, "Technology is so high, so if you shoot somebody, you go to jail forever. They have a new thing
he
out.
was high as
They
hell
get
when he
blood
said
from
it.
somebody with AIDS and they shoot you with it. That's a slow death, the Eazy-E thing."
Technology is so high, right? Right. So if you shoot somebody, you go to jail forever. So the kids, you don't want to go to jail forever, right? So they got this new thing.
Said kids, you don't want to go. You telling kids how to end somebody? That make any sense to you?
Out there, people sell them all the time. They get blood from somebody with AIDS, and then they shoot you with it.
Oh,
so
well, that
death
seems
don't happen.
bad.
That's
Yeah.
a slow death.
Yeah.
An easy thing, you know what I mean?
It was delivered as a joke, but it sent chills through anybody who had ever whispered about Eazy's death.
still
That
shocks me
moment
that
turned
he even
rumor
said
into
that, bro.
legend. Since then, Suge has been asked about it in interviews from prison. He's never flat out confessed, but he's also never denied it. In fact, in one sit-down, he brushed off incriminating himself, but then added how suspicious the timeline was, saying he had never seen anyone go from healthy to dead that fast.
Like, even in the movie, like I remember watching Straight Outta Compton, they had that meeting where they talked about, I think, who was it? Was it Dre or was it Cube getting out of the contract or whatever? And they beat his ass in the studio. And then I think after that was when he started getting sick.
Jerry told Easy he should go to the doctor just for a checkup, physical. You didn't have one. Next thing you know, Eric got a shot. Supposed to make him feel better. Next thing you know, they say Eric got AIDS. Next thing you know, he's a dead mother.
And as everybody knows, Suge Knight and Eazy-E had real bitter history. The bad blood started over Dr. Dre.
So it
when
was
Dre
Dre.
wanted out of his contract with Eazy's Ruthless Records to join Suge and build Death Row, Eazy refused. According to NWA's old manager, Jerry Heller, Suge and his guys didn't exactly negotiate. They showed up with baseball bats and lead pipes. They forced Eazy's
That's the scene in the
hand,
movie.
literally beat him into signing those release papers. So the idea that Suge might go further, in the minds of conspiracy theorists, doesn't sound far-fetched. Violence
Not
was
at
already
all.
part of his business model. Eazy's death didn't just shock fans. People close to him questioned it too. Crazy Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony, a group
So
Eazy
I
mentored.
remember one of the things being like his wife or, you know what I'm saying? Like anybody that he was with, like nobody else ever had it. Like there's no connection to say I was with him and I have it. Right?
and signed, couldn't understand how it happened so fast. His collaborator, BG Knockout, who rode with him during the real Mother Effing G's days, was even more blunt in a 2011 interview with Hip Hop DX. He said, "I believe in my heart somebody did something to Eric. For a person to have full-blown AIDS that quickly is suspicious. I was around Eric for the last 3 years of his life, and he never had an episode like this. Never ever. Something is strange." Even Eazy's own family wasn't buying the official story. His son, Young Eazy, has gone on record multiple times saying Suge Knight murdered his father, pointing right back at that Jimmy Kimmel interview as proof. To him, it wasn't just a joke, it was a confession. But as much as conspiracy makes sense in a street-level way, there's a strong counter-argument grounded in cold facts and medical science. First off, Eazy himself admitted to living reckless. In his last public statement read by his lawyer just days before he passed, he came clean about his lifestyle. The man had 11 children by 8 different women. He rarely, if ever, used condoms. By any standard, he was at extreme risk.
11 children by 8 different women. He rarely, if ever, used protection. By any standards, he was an extreme risk. I mean, I definitely think he was a risk. I just think it's kind of crazy how fast it happened. Like from healthy to not. So I don't think there is a conspiracy about him getting injected, bro. I just don't.
Contracting HIV naturally. And from a medical perspective, HIV can sit in your body for years, showing no obvious symptoms. Then, seemingly out of nowhere, it can advance to full-blown AIDS. When that happens, decline can be rapid. Doctors who study the disease say what happened to Eazy-E is consistent with that pattern. Microbiologist Wilmore Webley even told Vice that the idea of contracting HIV from a single tainted needle was highly unlikely.
That's not what he said, though. He didn't say a tainted needle. He said a vial of red substance. Right? Like, he didn't say a tainted needle like they used it and then poked you with it. He said a vial of the red substance.
The odds are extremely low. Even Ice Cube has weighed in. On Logan Paul's Impulsive podcast, Cube broke it down in simple street logic. He said, "I think if somebody poked you with one of them goddamn needles, Eazy would tell somebody, this mother F poked me with some shit. If he didn't know he got poked, then the conspiracy lives on." But when asked point blank if he could rule out Suge Knight doing something like that, Cube gave the most telling answer possible. "I don't put past nobody." So the question lingers, did Eazy-E fall victim to the reckless, dangerous lifestyle he admitted to living? Or was he silenced in a plot straight out of a gangster flick, killed not with bullets, but with a syringe? Theory 4. Tupac faked his death.
Aight, look!
But with a syringe. Theory 4. Tupac.
Where we at, chat? Where we at? Where we at, chat? Where we at? Y'all know they say Pac is in Cuba. Where we at? You say if I hear that again. The one thing I remember, man, I forgot what website it was on. Like, I remember seeing like an autopsy picture or whatever when I was little. It looked weird, bro. It looked absolutely insane. It was like one of probably the most inappropriate, grossest things I could have seen when I was young. But I seen it, and it said Pac was like 6 feet, like 200 pounds. I'm like, Pac wasn't no damn 6 feet, 200 pounds, bro. It just wasn't it. So that kind of stuff lets me think about it. But then also the Machiavelli album, I remember, counting the shots and the Suge shot me. And the Machiavelli is I Am Alive. That's why he spelled it different, bro. I went down a whole ass rabbit hole with
Tupac faked his death. The theory says that on September 13th, 1996, Tupac didn't actually die from the bullet.
His godmother died in Cuba. What was her name? Aphenia is his mom. What was the other one? She just passed like a week ago. She lived in Cuba? There might have been that one, Isaac.
Bullets that tore through him in Las Vegas. Instead, he pulled off the greatest disappearing act in rap history, staging his own death to escape enemies, slipping away in the chaos, and living out the rest of his life in exile. And if you ask the diehards, they'll tell you exactly
Cuba.
where he went. Cuba.
Tupac actually escaping from the University Medical Center here in Vegas and relocating to New Mexico.
Who is this dude?
Getting protection from the Navajo tribe. I mean, you can write a
Wait, he got protection from the Navajo tribe? Listen, bro, here's the thing. Now, I will say I believe a lot of conspiracies. This is not one of them. I don't think Pac is still with us, man. I think he's been gone. I think that people want him to still be with us. I think it'd be very hard to do it for that long. Like, he would have had to come back already. Like, he would have had to. There's ample times to just come back and say, hey, I'm here. Whatever jail time he would have got, he probably would have, some way would have been able to figure it out and get him out of it. But like, I don't believe this one.
You can write a fiction story, but this is not fiction. This is facts through certain people that I know.
Now, the foundation of this theory starts with Tupac himself. In the last year of his life, while sitting in prison, he reinvented himself under a new alias, Machiavelli. And this wasn't some random nickname. It was a deliberate nod to Niccolo Machiavelli, the 16th century Italian thinker whose book, The Prince, became a Bible of political survival. Why does that matter? Because in those pages, Machiavelli famously wrote about the tactical advantage of faking your own death to fool your enemies. To Pac's fans, that was a blueprint. And just weeks after his supposed death, Pac's first posthumous album dropped.
It was only a week?
Weeks after his supposed death, Pac's first posthumous album dropped. The Don Killuminati, the 7
Bro,
day.
I always, like my grandmother had this album, bro. And for some reason, it always made me feel kind of like, I don't even really know what to say. Like, it was like a foreboding kind of feeling. Like, it was like ominous in a sense. Like, seeing Pac on a cross is crazy. It's like, it made me feel the same way how when I see the Crossroads video. Like, when I see the Crossroads video, that shit just I'd be like goosebumps. But this is crazy. The Don Killuminati, that's crazy. This was the 90s.
Theory. For believers, that title wasn't just an album, it was scripture. They
Smile.
dove headfirst into it, looking for hidden meaning. First off, they pointed to the album, which features a design by Ronald Risky Brent of Tupac as Jesus Christ on the cover, who returned from the dead after his crucifixion. They also found a pattern of sevens that felt impossible to ignore. He was shot on September 7th. He was 25 years old. 2 + 5 = 7. His official time of death was 4:03 p.m.
I've been through this whole ass thing. This whole
Add
thing.
up and it's another 7. He supposedly survived for 7 days in the hospital, though officially it was 6. Suddenly, 7 became this mystical number, a prophecy of his planned return. Fans even circled July 7th, 2007 as the day Tupac would rise.
July 7, 2007. They went as far as giving him a resurrection day. July 7, 2007. Come on, gang.
Again. Thousands waited. That date came and went. Pac never showed.
7's and
But the
13.
theory didn't fade. It only grew. Then there's the way his death was handled, or rather how strangely it wasn't. One of the most famous men on the planet, gunned down in Vegas, and yet there was no public funeral, no massive memorial, nothing you'd expect for someone of his stature. To make it stranger, he
didn't have any of this? No massive memorial, nothing you'd expect from someone. Like, cause when Big went, it was crazy in the streets in New York from the clips and videos that I've seen. So just nothing for him.
No massive memorial, nothing you'd expect for someone of his stature. To make it stranger, he was cremated the day after his death. No public viewing, no chance for closure. Just was cremated the day after his death.
Cremated the day after? Stop. I never knew that. The day after. No public viewing, no chance for closure. The day after.
No public viewing, no chance for closure. Just ashes that became their own mystery when his crew, the Outlaws, claimed they smoked some of them with weed in a tribute. Later, his family said that story wasn't true. So what happened to the remains? Nobody really knows. Even the official paperwork doesn't line up. The coroner's report listed Tupac as 6 feet tall and 215 pounds.
You can even bro. Bro. I don't care what you believe. Pac wasn't no damn 6 feet, 215 pounds, bro. 6 feet, 215. Pac.
Up. The coroner's report listed Tupac as 6 feet tall and 215 pounds. Anyone who'd ever seen Pac knew that wasn't right. He was about 5'7" and much
That's
slimmer.
a wax figure,
So
though.
whose body were they measuring? And why did it happen so fast? To make things even more bizarre, there's a story that the man who cremated Tupac's body was paid $3 million by Suge Knight and then vanished into thin air, retiring immediately.
Listen, the more people that get involved into something, like, okay, now there's another guy, there's a person who did it, was paid $3 million or whatever. Like, come on, bro. Like, those people couldn't be quiet. There's no way. There's way more money than that $3 million to just say, yeah, this is what happened, and I know what happened.
$3 million by Suge Knight and then
You
vanished
said, I'm
into
late,
thin
but
air.
okay, Lock, we trying, bro. I'm about to get retwisted up today, bro. These is nuts. Bro, y'all don't even know, man. That's one of the reasons why I haven't been dropping as much. Because I've been having them days like, bro, I look crazy, but now I don't even care, dog.
Retiring immediately, like he was part of the plan. And if Pac really wanted to disappear, where better than Cuba? That's where the theory gets its backbone. His aunt, Assata Shakur,
Assata! Just passed away, R.I.P. I didn't even know. See, bro, had been living in Cuba since 84, bro.
Their legend had already been living in Cuba since 1984 after escaping prison in New Jersey. She's been protected under asylum ever since, untouchable to U.S. authorities. If there was one place on earth Tupac could hide safely, it would be right there, under the wing of family, shielded by Castro's Cuba. Some people even claim to have direct knowledge. Michael Nice, who said he worked security for Pac, swore that he helped smuggle the rapper to Havana, supposedly with help from Castro himself.
What? Wait. You got help from Castro?
By Nature's Treach, one of Tupac's close friends, was once caught on a hot mic after an interview casually saying, "Last time I saw him, he was in Cuba." And that idea has had such a grip on the culture that rappers like Eminem and Kendrick Lamar have dropped bars about it, keeping the whispers alive. But it's not just logistics. For believers, the biggest evidence comes straight from Pac's music. His lyrics have always had this haunting, prophetic quality, as if he knew what was coming. On Ain't Too Hard to Find, he rapped, "I heard rumors, I died, murdered in cold blood, dramatized, but that was fiction, some coward got the story twisted." On Better Days, he spits, "Expect me like you expect Jesus to come back, I'm coming." And then there's the intro to Bomb First. If you listen close, some fans swear you can hear a faint voice whispering,
Ain't no some fans. He said, Suge shot me. Oh, Castro protected Assata?
"Suge shot me." And speaking of Suge, his role in this theory is massive. He was driving the car when Pac was shot. He saw
years, there you
everything.
go.
For years,
Trying.
people have asked him directly what really happened that night, and his answers
Congrats
are
on that,
never
too.
clear. In 2017, speaking from prison, Suge said, "With Pac, you never know." He even recalled laughing and joking with Pac in the hospital, confused about how he went from doing good to doing bad overnight. He opened that same interview by saying, when Pac died, if he really did. Even his son is added fuel, claiming Pac is alive and hiding in Malaysia. Now, the other side is simple. Officially, Tupac Shakur is dead. The Las Vegas police, the hospital staff, and most importantly, his mother, Afena Shakur, all confirmed it. The first officer on the scene, Chris Carroll, described holding Pac in his final moments, asking who shot him, and Pac summoning the strength to look him dead in the eye and say, "F you." Those were his last words.
He was getting the breath together to tell me, and he looked me right in the eyes, and we looked at each other, and he said, "F you," and he said it just like that, with the emphasis on that F.
I
And the
believe that
skeptics
too.
point out the obvious.
I believe
If Tupac
that.
really did escape, how has he managed to stay
up,
hidden
Supermom?
for almost 3 decades? The idea that one of the most famous men on earth could disappear completely is almost harder to believe than the fact that he's gone.
I agree.
Theory 5. Eminem was replaced.
I ain't never heard this theory before. I think that's just young M, and I think this is older M and after years of substance abuse. But I've never heard Eminem was replaced theory. Have y'all ever heard that?
Back in the early 2000s, Eminem was everywhere. But then something strange happened. Around 2005, at the height of his fame, Eminem kind of disappeared. For a while,
Wait,
he went
what? Crazy people think M died in 2006? What?
completely quiet. When he came back in 2009 with his album Relapse, a lot of fans felt like the man standing in front of them wasn't the same Marshall Mathers
Why?
they remembered. His face looked different.
How?
His voice sounded different. Even his old energy seemed off. That's when one of the strangest conspiracy theories in music history started to take shape. The belief that Eminem actually died in 2006 and the guy we've been seeing since is either a clone, a lookalike, or some kind of industry-made android built to keep the money flowing.
Wait, so this is actually a thing? What happened in 2006? Oh, he went into rehab. That's what you said. He went into rehab.
According to the theory, the real Eminem supposedly died in one of 2 ways, either from a drug overdose or a secret car crash. In fact, a Spanish website, La Guía del Varón, reported in 2006, Eminem died in a car accident. The motive for replacing him, believers argue, was simple. Eminem was too valuable to lose. He wasn't just an artist, he was a billion-dollar industry, and too many people stood to lose too much if he was gone. From there, fans started pulling together evidence. First, they looked at his face. People compared pictures of Eminem from the early 2000s to his comeback years and pointed out major
Okay. Early 2000s. I guess what year is this, bro? He does look a lot different, but it's still the same. It's like he don't have none of that like fat to his face no more. And it honestly looks like it could be just that he was hot, like he was on, he was abusing drugs at that point. That's the only thing I could think of. But damn, bro, I didn't even know this was a thing.
His jawline, his bone structure, even his eyes. One fan summed up the feeling by saying, "Yeah, I believe he's a clone. It doesn't even look like him anymore, and his eyes are dead." On top of that, his body looked drastically different. Before his hiatus, Eminem had a fuller build. When he came back, he looked thinner, almost sickly at times. Some fans even said he looked anorexic. Then came the voice. Listeners claimed his delivery wasn't the same. The sharp, rapid-fire nasal tone had shifted into something deeper and flatter.
I will say that is one thing that kind of changed about him a little bit, is that like he had like more of a almost a grittier approach to records. Like he did used to sound a little bit more nasally on some of the songs. I feel like sometimes you hear it every now and again, but it's almost like he just changed his style a little bit.
Even called it robotic. Then his style was much darker. Gone was the wild Slim
Getting all
Shady
girls to
clowning
do that.
around in
Well,
colorful videos. Now he was dressed in all black with music that felt more serious and intense. But the theory didn't really explode until what's now called the glitch. In 2013, Eminem was on live TV doing an ESPN interview. While the commentators were talking, he was behaving very strangely. The clip spread all over, and believers pointed to it as proof that this wasn't a real person. It was a robot malfunctioning on live television.
Some of you may know him as Eminem, but he's going to join the Saturday night crew with our music.
M could be trolling though. That's the thing, bro. M could be trolling or he could be off one. He could be trolling or he could be off one.
Intro.
They linked it to other weird moments too, like his awkward acting in the Berserk music video or stiff movements during an SNL performance. It didn't help that other rappers added fuel to the fire. In 2016, B.O.B. started tweeting about human cloning being real. Fans immediately tied that to Eminem.
I remember that.
And then in 2019, rapper Tom MacDonald basically turned the whole thing into a soundtrack. His song Cloned Rappers went viral, with lyrics like "They cloned Gucci, cloned Kodak, cloned Eminem." The music video showed lab-made rappers being pieced together like Frankenstein, and the YouTube comments were filled with people saying they'd always felt something was off about Eminem since his comeback. One fan wrote, "Ever since Kamikaze, he doesn't even look close to the same. It's in the eyes, the cheekbones, the chin. Something's not right." But of course, there's a much simpler explanation for all of this.
Bro,
Eminem himself has been brutally honest about his struggles during that time. He battled a heavy addiction to prescription drugs, and in December 2007, he almost died from a methadone overdose. He later admitted that the amount he took was equal to 4 bags of heroin.
Had I got to the hospital about 2 hours later, I would have died. My organs were shutting down.
You see how much better he even looks right here? He looks better.
My liver, kidneys,
Psychosis.
everything, they were gonna have to put me on dialysis. They didn't think I was gonna make it. My bottom was gonna be death.
The overdose forced him into recovery, but it left scars, both physically and mentally. He said he had to literally relearn how to rap because his memory was so damaged.
Could imagine.
In fact, in a 2017 interview, he admitted he'd forgotten one of his own music videos. Add that to the dramatic weight loss from getting sober, the natural effects of aging, and years of personal turmoil.
Wait, dramatic weight loss from getting sober? Man, you telling, bro. I would have thought you would have put on weight if you would have got
It's not
sober.
surprising that he came back looking and sounding different. And then there's the signs problem. As a bunch of Reddit users have pointed out, clones don't just appear as full-grown adults. If Eminem was cloned, the copy would have started out as a baby, not a 30-something-year-old man with the exact same rap skills and memories. Not to mention the people closest to him, Dr. Dre, 50 Cent, Royce the 5'9",
Yeah, that
all
I
of
could
whom knew him
understand.
intimately.
50
If there
would've called that
was
shit
ever
out.
a replacement, those guys would notice
Royce.
instantly. Theory 6. Gangster rap is an experiment to fill prisons. Back into
Gangster rap is an experiment to fill prisons. I've heard this before. You don't want to eat when you're in withdrawals. You're real skinny. Oh, really? I've heard this theory before. I don't think that they can dictate what people are making. I think they can push more of it and encourage it, but there's still the artists that are making it. They're not making them make the music. They just rewarding them for making it. And then from that, you know what I'm saying? I guess that depends on the person listening to it, what they decide to do with that music. So I think you could say it's a concerted effort to push a message. But I don't know.
2012, an anonymous letter popped up on the blog Hip Hop is Red. Supposedly written by a former music executive, it described a secret meeting in 1991 just outside LA. About 25 to 30 industry insiders were there, and according to the letter, the agenda was simple but dark. Push gangster rap to make prison owners rich. The letter claimed that these execs had major investments in private prisons, which made money based on how many inmates they held. The more crime-inspired music kids listened to, the more likely they'd land in prison, and the more money execs and investors would make. Executives were even told they could personally buy stock in these prisons.
Damn.
From that moment, the industry would focus on promoting rap that glorified violence and criminal life. Plenty of artists have added fuel to this theory. Too Short recalled being pushed by exec Barry Weiss to make his raunchiest
What y'all
album,
think?
even though he wanted to go positive. Ice Cube, in a 2023 interview with Bill Maher,
Yeah,
bluntly
positive rappers don't get signed off, and I can see why people think this. Let me know what y'all think.
said, the same people who own the labels own the prisons.
Who benefits and profits off our bickering and our division? But if you follow the money, you go high enough, you start to see literally the same people who own the labels own private prisons. It seems really kind of suspicious, if you want to say that word.
Dame Dash agreed, saying labels controlled artists like puppets. Crazy Bone of Bone Thugs and Harmony also co-signed the idea, pointing out that wealthy black investors own prisons but don't talk about it publicly.
They were told not to sign any more political rappers, any more rappers that had messages in their music.
No positivity.
It was all to be gangster rap music that they
I mean, absolutely, I agree. Especially when you see something that's making you the most possible money, no matter how bad it is, they just gonna keep pouring water on that.
promoted and put out. In other words, keep promoting gangster rap so that the youngsters will be influenced by them, will incite them to want to act like them, and it's a very good chance they'll end up in their prison.
Let me know if y'all agree with this one.
They're getting paid twice.
The financial web is real. Investment giants like BlackRock and Vanguard hold shares in both private prison companies and entertainment conglomerates. Killer Mike connected the dots, saying, slavery is still legal. There's a need to fill the void of slaves, so I believe damn near any conspiracy that talks about putting poor people in jail. Still, not everyone is convinced. Critics point out that gangster rap already existed before 1991 with acts like NWA and Ice-T. So the genre...
but that's semantics. Like, creating gangster rap is different. Like, creating it, but then seeing, okay, maybe we could shift views and narratives and change the way the world operates by just pouring water on this seed or pouring gas on this fire. You know what I'm saying? I definitely agree that that's something that
wasn't invented by secret meeting. Others argue that if prisons wanted to lock people up, it wouldn't make sense to market rap to suburban white kids who made if prisons wanted to lock people. The genre wasn't invented by secret meeting. Others argue that if prisons wanted to lock people up, it wouldn't make sense to market rap to suburban white kids who made up the bulk of its buyers, but weren't the ones.
I don't know if I agree with that either. I don't know if suburban white kids were the bulk of consumers of gangster rap. I think they were a part of it, but the bulk?
Filling prisons.
Maybe I'm
and
wrong.
The anonymous whistleblower left so many vague hints about his identity that skeptics doubt the letter's authenticity. But even with all the holes, the theory lingers, because the prison system is profitable, and the 13th Amendment does allow slavery as punishment for a crime.
Damn, slavery as punishment for a crime. Let me know, man. I think there was a couple of ones in there that definitely made me think a little bit. Some of them I'm just like, you lost to me. I got nothing on that, but I definitely think it's kind of interesting to see what a group of people put together and follow and believe for many, many years. Creating versus pushing. And he didn't get so involved in the industry. Kendrick played it so well. Now, I do believe they have insurance policies on those rappers and fuel their habits. I agree with that too. All right, chat. Thank y'all for rocking with me today, man. Almost a 2-hour stream today. We'll probably chop these up and put these out. I'm going to go ahead and I got a reaction to put out too, man. I love y'all so much. Thank you for everybody who donated today, anybody who hit the like button, anybody who became a member, anybody who just tapped in. If you have not hit the like button, I will ask you to hit the like button for me on this video. I appreciate you. And if you see any of these videos come out a little bit later, just hit the like button for me, man. I appreciate it. It just really helps the algorithm out. But I love y'all so much, man, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm out. Peace.